Hey everyone, and welcome to how to turn your sales calls, client strategy calls into non-salesy content, emails, and lead magnets. If you're new around here, I'm Jessica from Got Writer's Block, and I can't wait to show you this. Go from saying, I really don't know how to market myself. I never know what to say in my emails, lead magnets. So they say, oh my goodness, that's exactly what I need. I need to hire her. The thing is, it's all been right under your nose, and I'm going to show you right now how to collect that info and that content and exact quotes that clients and leads have already said to you in your calls and turn them into email ideas, lead magnet ideas, hook ideas, and even mini training ideas to really build trust. So let's dive into it. So I'm going to add ChatGPT right here. And today I'm going to take you through a scenario of where we are going to do this live for a business coach. So let me go to ChatGPT right now. So I already have 3 of her transcripts pulled up. So what I'm going to do is put them in. So the first one is the business coach on a sales call with a holistic life coach. So I'm going to paste that one in. Then I'm going to put call number 2. This is a group business coaching strategy call. Call transcript 2, group business coaching strategy call. Call 3. This one is a business coaching call that didn't close. So I specifically asked her to send me a call that didn't close because then we can tap into frustrations, desires that this lead had that she can then tap into later when she is trying to close different leads. Okay, so we're going to put that in here. Lead that didn't close. Oh, it wants us to submit them shorter. Okay, one sec. What we'll do is I'm just going to download the files. So 1, download, 2, download, 3, download. Okay, so we have the 3 files. I'm going to say, and then I'm going to put my prompt in. So basically, I'm going to ask ChatGPT to analyze these conversations with the business coach, the group coaching call, the client strategy call, and the sales call, as well as the sales call that didn't close. So analyze all these 3 conversations, and then the main thing is that we want ChatGPT to turn them into email ideas, lead magnet ideas, even mini training ideas, quiz ideas, and hooks for social media. So we're going to add the 3 files. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then we're going to hit enter, and it's going to load. Okay. So we have a lot going on. And in the transcripts, I did take out the people's names, but for the sake of this call, I want to make sure that their privacy is kept. So I'm just going to say one thing to ChatGPT. Please take out the actual names of the 3 people in the conversations and say only the title of their position. Speaking coach. privacy reasons. Honestly, my favorite part is this chart. I just look at the chart and I'm like, wow, she has so much to talk about. And she didn't have to pay anyone a 5-figure retainer to do her marketing. She just literally has to go into her marketing calls, sales calls, and group strategy calls and pull out what people want. Okay, so let's first go into business coaching. So this person has an education business. So she's a mature business owner at a crossroads. She's burnt out and unclear. So exact quotes. Biggest frustration right now is lack of clarity. It still feels very much like his business, so she must be sharing it with like her husband or partner. It's never felt like a flow state for me. Feast and famine, stressed again. I know a lot of you can definitely relate to that. You're either bombarded with leads or you have none, and we've never matured the business, so they're really trying to get it to a legacy state. So those are exact quotes that are problems and frustrations. And here are desires and goals. I want to feel financially free. I want to do the work how and when I choose to. That's really important. So basically, she doesn't want to have the business dictate her schedule. She wants her schedule to dictate the business. She wants to work a 16-hour week and have the business doing better than ever and wants to go into her zone of genius. So let's go over here and see what ChatGPT said about social hook ideas. We scaled to $1 million. We scaled to $1 million business, but I still didn't feel free. Here's what I realized about alignment versus success. Oh, this other one below is really juicy. When your business partner is also your life partner, how to find clarity without burning out. That could be a blog post in itself or even a podcast episode. I mean, you don't want to air too much dirty laundry, but that could be a really good one. Nurture ideas. How to stop running your multi-million-dollar business like a scrappy startup. That one's really good because I bet a lot of million-dollar businesses don't have the systems in place like this business operations coach could help with. And what happens when your zone of genius isn't what your business needs and how to fix it. That's interesting. So that may be hiring, that may be shifting into something else. And these are my favorites. So mini lead magnets are really good to get new people in the door and to trust you without having to have a big like financial commitment. So mini training, the 4-pillar clarity map, structure, system, support, and streamline. Oh, I really like this worksheet because it speaks directly to that pain point. Design your 16-hour work week plan. That's amazing because that's exactly what that client or that lead wanted. Quiz. Which zone of genius are you leading from? Creator, organizer, or optimizer? That's really good because it can get that person to think in terms of who they are and maybe what they need help with. And it just talks about the stage that this business owner is in. So they really need help with clarity, realignment, wants structure and system, still allows flexibility, and really wants help with burnout recovery. Okay, so now we're just going to go into the live stream for a second. Think in terms of who they are and maybe what they need help with. And it just talks about the stage that this business owner is in. So they really. And we're also going to invite our friends right now from Instagram. So let's just send them the link. Honestly, I was supposed to do something with StreamYard and I didn't really like it, so I just went live and we're going to connect Instagram this way. Good afternoon, everyone. If you're on your lunch break or you need a break from working, spend the next 10 minutes with me. I'm going over how to turn your client strategy calls and sales calls into non-salesy content. So lead magnet ideas, email ideas, social media hooks. I'm covering that right now on LinkedIn. I'm going to drop the link right here. Come join me, or you can comment below and say send me the replay and I will send you the replay. Because who's trying to do more content anyways? Let's just take all the ideas from your calls and say it right, and then have the ideas right under your nose come out for you. Good afternoon, everyone. If you're on your lunch break or you need a break from working, spend the next 10 minutes with me. I'm going over how to turn your client strategy calls and sales calls into non-salesy content. So lead magnet ideas, email ideas, social media hooks. I'm covering that right now on LinkedIn. I'm going to drop the link right here. Come join me, or you can comment below and say send me the replay and I will send you the replay. Because who's trying to do more content anyways? Let's just take all the ideas from your calls and say it right, and then have the ideas right under your nose come out for you. Good afternoon, everyone. If you're on your lunch. Okay, so back to this. Let's go over to the other one. So that was a lead that didn't close. I think she just was really scattered, but I think that if this business coach talked to some of these specific problems, especially wanting to work a 16-hour work week and how working with her, she'd be able to achieve that, that could really tap into making her want to work together. So the second one was a speaking and confidence coach. So this person was already in her program, and let's just go over why they work together. So this person has been a speaking coach for 5 years, and she just wants to make her marketing simpler and have more visibility. So here's some exact quotes and frustrations that she has. My website feels overwhelming. People aren't engaging. I haven't reached out to my client in years. Her exact desires and goals: simplify who I help and just talk about that. I want to post every day on LinkedIn and see what resonates. And I want to help people use their voice confidently. So some of the things that she could say to people on LinkedIn are: you're not afraid of the stage, you're afraid of being misunderstood. If your LinkedIn is silent, maybe it's not your content, it's your content. Ooh, that's definitely a juicy one. And nurture email ideas. I really love nurture or emails because it goes directly to their inbox and they can read it any time of the day, versus social media. Who knows if they're actually getting it? Social media is like 1 to 5% of your audience actually sees what you're getting. So this says the real reason high achievers freeze before they speak and how to shift that energy. That's a really good one because a lot of people could definitely resonate. Your words don't have to be perfect to be powerful. That's really good because a lot of people don't want to show up online. And then here are some lead magnet and mini training ideas. 5 confidence prompts to reignite your voice on LinkedIn. That's good because people always are confused about what to write on LinkedIn. Mini training idea: how to write a voice that sounds like you speak. Ooh, that's really good because a lot of people try and do like the professor talk, but that's just not working anymore. Like, people don't want to talk to a professor, they want to talk to the human behind the business. And what's blocking your voice? Overthinker, overpolisher, overshare. That's good. It makes the person self-reflect and think, why aren't they not speaking out online? And then I like this part. So what do they need help with? They need help with messaging and visibility. They want clarity on their niche, consistent outreach, systems, and authority building content. Okay. And they really just want to help with their content, tying it back to confidence. So look at this. We've already gone through 2 people. So we've gone through a lead that didn't sign, and then we've gone through someone that was actually in this business coach's program. And we've already pulled out ideas that, 1, this speaking coach could use in their own content, and 2, what this business coach could say in terms of her marketing message to get leads to close, or related to what people actually need help with in their business. So when I actually do this for you, turn your calls into non-salesy content. Yes, you're going to get this chart, but then I'm actually going to turn these nurture ideas into 5 emails for you. And I know that's really important for you all because no one has time to do all of this. But the thing is, the ideas are truly right in front of you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in the chat. Turn your calls into non-salesy content, emails, and lead magnet ideas. And I just want to make it really easy for you. In 5 business days, this is all going to be done. You're going to have it all mapped out. And then over the next month or two, you can use these in your content. And you're just going to really see a lot of people resonate. So I'm going to put that in the chat right now. Salesy content, lead magnet ideas, and emails in 5 days. Okay, and let's go to the last idea before we turn this off. So this one is a holistic grief coach, and she's in the personal development and healing industry. So her business is mid-stage, and she does have multiple offers, but she needs help with the structure. So she has too many balls in the air. I need help to streamline it. How do I put it all together? Most of my clients come from referrals. The messaging was never aligned. So those are her problems and frustrations. And then her desires and goals. I want a strategic, streamlined business that runs while I do retreats, consistent cash flow months, and make grief approachable and empowering. So hers is really about overcoming grief. Grief isn't just sadness, it's where women rediscover their voice. If you've ever thought healing means moving on, this message is for you. And then here are some nurture email ideas. The 3-phase healing journey, why most grief coaching stops too soon. I really like that because a lot of people like steps in a system. So the 3-phase is really good. This one says, what my clients teach me about rebuilding after loss and how you can start today. So that's good. So it also gives them an idea and a timeline. They can start today after they read this post. And quiz, what phase of healing are you in? Survival, rising, or reclaiming? I really like that one because then people can self-reflect. They can go through your quiz and they can see where they're at and then which offer will align with them. So I'm just going to stop sharing. So those are just some examples of 3 different calls and how we took their call transcripts, or how I took their call transcripts and turned them immediately into social media hook ideas, quiz ideas, nurture email ideas, and even like mini training ideas. And I did that in 5 minutes. Now, the part that comes after is I'm actually going to be writing out those emails and helping you come up with these ideas. So I think the most important part is that you do have a lot to say. It can just be really overwhelming. People tell you post on social media this way, send emails this way. But if you actually take what your clients and your leads who didn't convert are saying and say it back to them, they really feel seen and they say, oh my goodness, that sounds like me. I want to learn more from her. And the thing is, that's not a theory. That's a principle called the mirror effect. So when you use things that your leads and your clients have already said, they feel seen and then they go, oh my goodness, that sounds like me. I really trust her. And I think I can work with her. I think I can learn more. I think she really gets me. So watch the replay. If you're watching now, comment replay or Check the link below to see how you can turn your calls into non-salesy content, email ideas, and lead magnet ideas, and really stop turning your wheels and thinking, what am I even supposed to say to my audience so they want to work with me? Start thinking, how can I get them to say, oh my goodness, that sounds like me. I need to learn more. And use the resources in front of you. Again, I'm Jessica from Got Writer's Blog. See you soon.